Ooh, did you hear about that podcast interview where Justin Baldoni got emotional and finally spoke? Well, it's out now, and I've got some good news and bad news. The bad news, he spills no tea. There is no Blake Lively information that we know directly. But the good news is I think it's still really interesting to discuss what he did say because this interview happened just weeks before the Blake Lively of it all exploded. Perez Hilton here, and first let me give you some clarity on the timeline. As you may remember, the uncredited director of It Ends With Us filed a complaint and then her lawsuit against Justin Baldoni in December. Their movie came out last summer, and this interview happened in November. At that point, we were already aware of the tension between the former Jane the Virgin alum and the former bestie of Taylor Swift. Baldoni admitted that he was exhausted from a year of emotional stress and that he was dealing with anxiety and burnout. On the Gents Talk podcast, Baldoni reveals that he texted his best friend, producing partner, and CEO of his production company, Wayfarer Studios, somebody who also is named in the lawsuit against him by the Woody Allen apologist, Jamie Heath. We know that name. He also texted the president of the company, Tara. So Jamie is the CEO, Tara, a woman, is the president. And he says, quote, "This morning, I sent a text message to my best friend, Jamie, and the president of my company, Tara. I told them I wasn't in the best place. I told them that I was exhausted, that I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal. Heal from the hair care professional and her husband. I had an intense year," he said in November, and it wasn't over yet. "A lot of material success and a lot of emotional stress. It was very hard on me and my family. And it's mostly due to the accused extortionist, her husband, and her publicist, which, as I previously told you, his team got receipts." In Baldoni's amended lawsuit, they included messages from the F-list adjacent actress's rep to media, planting false information about him and spreading lies about her, basically denying the truth. One outlet said, "We heard this happen, we heard that happen." Leslie Sloan said, "Not true," when now we know it all did happen. About her controlling ways. And her rep went so far as to threaten the publication, saying the cast hated him and they will all go on the record as saying that. We know that's not true because one of the actresses in the movie texted Justin after filming Wrapped and before the Betty Boo's boss sunk her claws into the rest of the cast and that young woman, and the actress thanked him for such a positive experience and creating such a wonderful environment on set. In November, when he did this interview that just came out now in February, he told the podcast host that he was struggling with anxiety and having a hard time sleeping and was not feeling like his full self. We now know why. The beanie aficionado. Baldoni shared that he wears a lot of hats because he enjoys his job and the production company he has built. "I love the people who work for us. I love the movies we make," he added. "I love the impact we have. And yet, sometimes it's easy to fall back. We're keeping that. I love the impact we have, and yet sometimes it's easy to fall back into our programming and be swept away by the current of self and be kind of overtaken by the wave of success and opportunity. And in an ironic twist of fate, the wife of Scarlett Johansson's ex-husband has made him even more successful. Yes, there have been some bumps along the way, like his being dropped from directing the upcoming Pac-Man movie, but thanks to the fashion icon, he is now an A-lister. Elsewhere in the interview, Baldoni revealed feeling like he falls short a lot of the time, acknowledging that he is a work in progress, but that he has always strived to be radically sincere and authentic. I can get lost in the same way that everybody gets lost, but healing isn't linear, he says. Baldoni comes across very sincere in the podcast, unlike the aspiring film editor and her interviews. To me, she does not come across as sincere. How about you?